Hello everyone and welcome back to Modded Minecraft. So, been doing some work. I added an extra room and like a hallway to my house, just so I'd have more room to work with. Created some farms back there, and don't think I've done too much aside from that. I did go to a desert to get some cactus, as you can see back there. And let's just take a quick look around. So that little pillar there is just kind of temporary. And I think I did a pretty good job of joining the roof of the existing structure to the new one. So this main room is going to be all storage, and I fixed the flickering issue I have with the drawers. I don't know if I mentioned that. But what I had to do was go to video settings, performance, and turn fast render off. With fast render on, it does this. Yeah. Don't quite know what the fast render does, considering it doesn't really seem to improve my frame rate that much, if at all. So let's see, these need to get moved. Alright, that one can go somewhere temporary. Good enough for now. And yeah, I've still got all this junk over here that I need to sort out. And why are you not showing the hollow inventory for these? I don't know. Hollow inventory's been a bit funky around here occasionally. Let's see, there is a command. Hollow inventory reset. Okay, well that didn't help. But sometimes if you're seeing a hollow inventory display for an inventory that's no longer in that position, that command will fix the problem. So let's see, igneous extruder. Basically this room is machines now. I found out how to cover up the thermodynamic stuff. Let's see. Basically, you just make these covers by combining a pipe or a structural duct with any kind of block, pretty much. And I've seen some recipes for covers for blocks that you wouldn't think you'd be able to make covers out of, so we're gonna have to try those sometime, see what kind of craziness comes out of that. Might want to do that on a creative world, just to be sure. But it looks like I've got some crops to harvest, so why don't we do that? So, got a bunch of wheat there, and I can put my armor back on, I suppose. Will this work on cactus? I'm not sure. It does. Nice. What about Geishel greens? Let's not wipe out the cactus. Okay, that works just fine as well. Even got a couple of golden ones. And let me plant some stuff to free up some inventory space. Gonna need some seed oil, because I do want to get started with bees at some point. Chaotic's already doing gendistry stuff. He's probably way ahead of me. He's actually had like more time to play than I do, strangely. Very odd considering he goes to school and works a job and I'm unemployed. I don't understand. So as always, Chaotic's channel, there's a link in the description if you want to go check it out. I know people don't like to read descriptions. It's like they think descriptions are the plague or something. People always ask me questions about stuff that is in the description, although I don't always say that everything is in the description. So, links to relevant stuff, the list of mods. What? Okay, I'm gonna assume that's a visual bug. But yeah, all the information you could want is in the video description. I put it pretty good information in every video For Minecraft, that includes mod lists and so on. For other games, it includes like links to the developer's website, the Steam store page, etc. So, moral of the story, read descriptions. Alright, so the one thing I forgot to mention is we got this drawer controller up here. This basically allows you to access all of the drawers. You can't right click on it and access a GUI or anything. It's not like an ME terminal, but it does count as an inventory, which I banned in hollow inventories. So you could like pull items out of your drawers from the drawer controller, or if you have items that can be put into the system, like, let's see, why don't I throw some Geishel greens somewhere like that. See, I've got another stack in here. If I just do that, they're gone. So it basically works the same way as right-clicking on each of the drawers individually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have common items in these drawers. So you can see I've got mob drops down here. So if I come home, I've got a bunch of mob drop junk in my inventory. I can just double right-click that, and we're good to go. Ah, yes, something else new over here is the compacting drawers. These are really cool. So, say you have something like iron, and you have a lot of iron. Basically, well, let me pick something I don't have a lot of, like lead. So, I've got a total of 23 lead ingots to my name. If I put them in the compacting drawer, it will compress some of those into blocks, whatever it can, and I can pull out those blocks. And if it has a nugget as well, I can also pull out a nugget, put that back in. So basically, this will allow you to access any of these three items and convert between them without having to craft. So that is incredibly useful. I can't even imagine. It is probably going to make like auto crafting easier later on, because as far as like these drawers are concerned, I have lead nuggets. I don't have to left click to make the lead nuggets. I have them. So if this wasn't banned in hollow inventory, it would show you lead blocks, lead ingots, and lead nuggets, and quite a few of the nuggets. So yeah, compacting drawers, very useful. So I'm gonna need a lot more drawers in the end. But those are easy enough to make. It's just wood. I want to get some kind of automated tree farm going eventually. But I don't know what to do. I want to avoid using technology as much as possible for the time being. And that reminds me, I really want some feather falling boots. I should do that. There are, of course, feather falling enchantment tokens now, which I think you could apply to any boots. And they're not too expensive. 8 feathers, a gem, 2 aquamarine, and of course the enchantment tokens, which are not bad. Oh. Okay. Huh, it even teleported Noir. Oh, there's another concussion creeper. I need to get sharpness on this axe or something. I also need to make a Bane of Arthropods tool for going into the Erebus. Well, my frame rate's really hurting right now when I'm recording. Yeah, I definitely need sharpness on this axe. I could carry a sword, but that would be kind of boring. Actually, this axe I have, I think it has one of the lowest attack damages. Yeah, so that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, this Erebus tree did grow. I actually got a lot of mana. I've been using 4 Endoflames and giving them Chaos Coal blocks. It produces a lot of mana and lasts a long time, so it's probably going to be my main ways of generating mana. I might create like a Hydrangea setup, just for a bit of passive mana generation as well, but for any serious mana generation, Chaos Coal is probably the way to go. Okay, I really need to remake my pet. I got a summoner. I don't know if I ever showed the pet pig I had. He died really early on. My dog died. I don't know if I mentioned that. So Mendel is dead. The pig's name was Watson. Basically, this time I'm just picking from a list of famous geneticists. During Season 2, I used the names of famous communists, because reasons. So, I'll call you Watson the second, since this dropped off of Watson when he died. Okay, there you go. Let's give you some kind of awesome helmet, maybe. I've got a pretty good amount of amethyst. Oh, tons of garnet. That'll have to be the way to go. Okay, there we go. Supercharged helmet. Textures still need work. I'll get to it eventually. Okay, supercharged garnet helmet, 20 protection, diamond level. Cool. So maybe you will live a bit longer. Actually, I wonder if I put fire protection on that helmet, if it'll actually protect him. Oh. Well, I don't know if I have magma cream anywhere. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. I kind of want to make some item that would make the pets fireproof, since they do tend to die in lava and fires more often than not. They're not the brightest. Oh, there's a lot of gold in here. Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time getting a bit organized here. Alright, so it's been a day since the last clip. And I built a little pen for some cows, and I put some sheep in there as well. Don't know if that's a good idea or not. Don't think too much else has changed around here. One of the main things I've been working on is kind of like a little path that connects to the spawn base and chaotic space, so that I can just ride a chocobo there very easily. And let me tell you, chaotic space was very difficult to reach before building this path, and for the most part I've just got these markers here. That's garnet coated bricks on the top, and the torches kind of indicate which ways the path goes. And wow, my recording frame rate's low. I think I was having that problem yesterday too. But I've cut down trees wherever it was necessary to make it easier to pass by, and built quite a few bridges, which we'll see some of them in a moment or two. It takes about 2 minutes to get from my base to Chaotix, so not too bad. I want to try to avoid using teleporters, just because. A little extra challenge. At least for a while. I'll probably use them eventually. So here's one of the bridges that's a bit more finished than the last two, so it's kind of like a little suspension bridge. It droops a bit in the middle. Most of the bridges are like that. So let's see, world is just not loading in very well. It's unfortunate that this mod pack seems to run so much worse than the previous one did. But it works. Mostly. Okay, and here's where the path splits in 3 ways. That way goes to spawn. This way goes to Chaotix. I think there's like 5 bridges in this area. So it's 2, 3, unless you count that last part. 4, 5, yeah. 5 bridges. But it works. And I don't know if he's shown his place on any of his videos yet. Kind of scared to hang around the bees over there too much. Or maybe he moved the... Nope, they're still here. Yeah, he's got some nasty bees. He's done a lot. And I'm just kind of plodding along, taking my time, and he's got all this power generation set up, stuff like that, automation. Let's see. Yeah, this is his main power generation. And he's got a lot of solar panels too, I think. Oh. Fluctuating item doctor. Are those the ones that provide power? I guess they are. Don't know why he's using those, since there's nothing here that requires power, but okay. Alright, so I think that's all I've got to show here. I do have a couple of random clips that have been recorded over the past couple days, which I may put in at the end here. Just have to see how that works out. So as always, don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, you can do that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Although it looks like... Okay, the X3 is working now. Yes, I have found myself. He wants to murder me.
Oh, I thought you were being philosophical. I didn't realize you were being literal.
Well, that's a message you probably won't see too often.
It'd be so fun if he was the one that killed
you. Apparently I drop rotten flesh.
That makes sense.
I don't see how.
Well, what would you expect to drop? A computer part?
That or rubies or something.
Of course.